Okay, here we go for another recipe today. Today we're making some jalapeno poppers. Playoff time. What goes better with football than pizza and poppers, right? So that's what we're doing today. That's what we're going to make. And I got a new product here that came out not too long ago, so we're going to give this a try. Never had it. Don't know how hot it is, but feel free to use, you know, regular Italian breadcrumbs. That's perfectly fine. I'm just giving this a shot today. All right, so here just a few ingredients. We got some jalapenos. Obviously, I've got what, 3, 6, 9. I got 10 jalapenos. We're going to see if we can stuff all those with the ingredients that we have. And we got some 4C spicy breadcrumbs. Really anxious to try these. We got 2 eggs. We've got 1 8-ounce brick of Philadelphia cream cheese. Over here, we've got some cheddar. They're both cheddar. One's a yellow cheddar and one's a white cheddar that I freshly grated just a little bit ago. We're going to mix that in with the cream cheese, and I've got some bacon that I cooked up. If you guys want to know how to cook bacon, I'll leave a card at the end. Just, you know, watch to the end, and I'll leave a card, and it'll show you how to do bacon perfectly. So basically, what we did is we turned these into like a bacon bit. Basically, I would put that on a salad, and we're gonna mix all this together. Okay. The only thing you guys aren't seeing here is some flour. We're probably gonna use a half a cup of flour just to bread these. We're gonna set up a little dredging station also, and that's it for this recipe. I got some oil going on right now behind me on the stove. We're going to heat that to about 350. That'd be perfect temperature to fry these in. And that's it. That's about it. I'm going to clear the board. We're going to get back. I'm going to show you how I cut these jalapenos open, and then we're going to get going with the mixture. Okay, hang in there. Jalapeno poppers, awesome food. Okay, so onto our jalapeno. We're going to show you how we cut these. Basically, it's not too difficult. You do have to be a little bit patient with it, though. However, we're not going to cut these in half. We're actually going to stuff the whole jalapeno. So I know some people cut them down the center. They open them up. They put them in the oven. That's how they do it. That's not how we're doing it today. So we're going to actually stuff the whole jalapeno. Now, for some of you people that are of a certain age, you're going to remember those old those rubber things where you kind of pinched it together and it opened up, right? You put your change in there. That was a big thing back in my day. We're going to do the same thing here. Okay, so the only thing we're going to do is we're going to go about halfway. We're just going to make a little like incision here, just like this, and then we're going to go. That's a little difficult for me to do this with the camera angle. And then we're just going to slice right down the center, just like this. And we're just going to take out, just a little pocket. See? Just like that. That's all you're doing. And then, now if you guys want to put gloves on, you guys can go right ahead and put gloves on if you want to. And because you cut the side here a little bit, it gives you a little bit of flexibility. Okay, so the only thing we're going to do is we're just going to push down on the top. Inside here, you'll feel it. It's a little vein that's in there, and we're gonna extract that, right? Just like this. Now you can also get in there with a spoon if you want to. This is really hard to show you, so I apologize. It's really just one of those things for this recipe. And you just take your finger and you're just gonna kind of dump out all the stuff. Now if you wind up with a seed or two, that's not a big deal. Okay, all right, just like that. So what you get left with is a jalapeno that you can now open up and you can push back together, stuff that, and then you can bread it. So instead of having a half a jalapeno, you have a whole jalapeno. That's it. I'm going to do this to the other 9. We'll bring you back when I'm done. All of our jalapenos cut up, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in a bowl here and a spatula, and we're going to take our cream cheese, 8 ounces. We're going to take that, we're going to put that in room temperature, by the way. It's very important that this is softened. If it's not, then you're going to have a really hard time mixing it up, okay? So you kind of want it like that, okay? It's going to still be a little you know, whatever, right? But it's, you know, this has been sitting out for, I don't know, probably a good 45 minutes or so. All right, so what we're going to do to this is we're going to add in, I'll give you measurements at the end. Check the description down in the box below, okay? So we're going to put in about half of, I got 4 ounces of each cheeses, okay? So we're going to put in probably about 2 ounces of each cheese, and we're going to see how that goes. And then we're going to take some of our great bacon, we're going to put some bacon in it, and this is all by eye. I got a total of 4 strips of bacon that I wound up cutting up there, okay? And then we're just going to mix this, okay? I find if you're mixing cream cheese to kind of use the edge and go down like that, it kind of mixes in a little bit better until you get it really pliable for yourself. Okay, so let me mix this up. We'll be right back, and I'll show you exactly what the consistency is that I think it should be, or at least how I like it. Okay, so we got our mixture made up, and how I usually judge this is if you can see the orange in the cheese and it's like distributed nice and even, and you have a lot, like if you took a scoop of this, you would get, you know, like you would taste the bacon and the different cheeses that are in there. That's how I usually go by this. So it's like 2 ounces of the white cheddar, 2 ounces of the yellow cheddar, and probably good like two full strips of bacon that I chopped up. Okay, all right, so here we go. So here's our jalapeno, okay? And now I'm going to work with my hands, so if you guys want to put gloves on, that's fine. Oh, make sure you wash your hands really good after you get done doing the jalapenos, okay? All right, and then we're just going to literally, it's like this easy. These are like so simple to make. The hardest thing is to get the seeds and the stems out. All right, and we're just gonna stuff them up just like that. If you get some on the side, yeah, don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all going to be covered. We're going to dredge these, put some nice breadcrumbs on it, and we're going to deep fry these. So this is what you're looking for, okay? And then, well, you know what? Let me finish the rest of these. Let me see how many I get, and we'll let you know what's going on after that. All right. Okay, that was perfect to do 10 of these. Okay, so 8 ounces of cream cheese. 2 ounces of each cheese, and 2 strips of bacon chopped up nice and crumbly, nice and fine. That'll give you 10 jalapenos, full jalapenos. So I set up the dredging station. I got about a half cup of flour, all-purpose flour here. I got 2 eggs in here that I beat. It's no different than, you know, scrambling them for an omelet or for scrambled eggs. And over here, I basically just poured some on a dish. Really not too much of a measurement there. It's all on how much you're going to need. You may actually even be able to, you may need to add a little bit more to that. Okay? So, I did taste a little bit of these. The first time I've had these, there is a kick to them. So if you don't like spicy things, you're not going to get anything spicy out of the jalapenos because you remove the vein and the seeds and stuff like that. Okay? This is gonna, I think, is gonna make it pretty spicy. So if you don't want them spicy, just go to your regular Italian seasoned 4C or whatever brand you guys use, breadcrumbs, and you'll take that little bit of heat away. But if you want a little bit of kick, go ahead and use those. All right, so we have our jalapenos. This is super simple. We're just gonna roll these around in the flour, knock a little bit of the heaviness off. All right, and then we're just going to put them in our bowl. I'm not worried about monster fingers, so to me it doesn't really matter. Just make sure that it's totally coated all the way around. And then we're just going to take it here and we're going to just roll it in our breadcrumbs, okay? Just like this. And we're just going to keep doing that until they all get nice and coated, just like you're doing chicken parm, basically. All right, and roll it and do it again. Now you can do this 1 or 2 times. That's up to you. Depends on how much breading you want. I'm going to actually do these twice, so that's what we got. That's That's how we're breading our, look at the size of that. That's how we're gonna do our breading for these. I'm gonna do the rest. I'll bring you back when they're all done. I do have a sheet here because we're gonna put them on a like an aluminum cookie sheet. We're gonna put these in the freezer for about 15 minutes before we fry them. Okay, so that's pretty important. You should do that. The reason for that is that the cheese on the inside won't go all over the place on you. All right, so that's it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to continue with this. I'll see you in a couple minutes. All right, so we got all of our jalapeno poppers breaded. This is what they should look like, or something like this, before you put them in the freezer. So we're going to put these in the freezer. We're going to let them sit there about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, let them firm up. And like I said, the reason why we do that is so the cheese hopefully doesn't run all over the place. That's the deal. That's what we're going to do now. In the freezer they go. All right, so it's been about 20 minutes to take the poppers out of the freezer. This is what they look like. They actually look really, really good. All right, so we got our, as you can see, this is about 351, you know, somewhere abouts in there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start frying our jalapeno poppers. Now we're only going to do a couple of these at a time. Okay, so I have a spider, and we're just going to drop these in here one at a time. Okay, go easy with them. And then we're going to cook these until they're golden brown. Okay, and that's it. That's all we're going to do. Very simple. Watch so they don't run. What I mean by that is that the cheese doesn't leak all over the place. If the cheese leaks all over the place, I would say that's probably a good indication that they need to be pulled at that time. But we're trying to get them nice and crispy, just like you're doing you know, chicken parm. Okay, so we'll bring you back when these are done. Like I said, 350, 360, 355 optimal temperature for this. They're probably going to fry for about 5 minutes. Pull them, and then we're going to serve these up. Okay, all right, so that's it. Hang in there. This is good stuff for football. Okay, so we're frying up our last two. Maybe a little bit of correction on the temperature. Instead of doing them at 350, I'm finding out that when I lower the temperature about 325-ish, they're coming out really, really good. Now, I don't know if that's just because of the breadcrumbs that I've never used before. Could be. Could very well be. And we're cooking these now till, you'll see when I plate it up how these are going to be a little bit lighter than the other ones. But, I mean, seriously. Look at that. Ooh. These are going to hurt. Now, these are done when you start seeing the cheese come out of them. Okay? So this now is done. All right? So we just want to show you guys what that looks like. Take your time with them. They are fragile, so just, you know, don't beat them up in the pan. Don't stab them with a fork. All right? And you see the cheese on the back side of that, what it's doing? That's done. All right, so we're going to take these. We're going to let these drain for a second. We're going to shut our heat off. Make sure you shut your heat off. All right, and we're going to take these over. We're going to plate these up. And we're going to cut into these. And we're going to serve these with a little bit of hot honey that I made last week or the week prior. Depends on when I post this video. The garlic parm and the hot honey wings. If you want that recipe for that, check that video out. Go. We're going to plate these up. This is what they look like now when they come out of the fryer. Just so gorgeous. Okay. All right. So let's plate this up. Let's bring a plate in, and we're going to turn it. Let's do it this way this week. All right. We're going to bring in some hot honey that I made. Like I said, I did the garlic and parm wings the other week there for football playoffs. Okay, so that's what we're serving this with, is the hot honey. All right, and now we're gonna take our poppers. These things are huge too. All right, we're gonna just throw them and put them in here and layer these up. These are going to be so delicious. Going to be so good. All right, and then we're just gonna keep stacking them up. So yeah, about 325 for the heat. I think that'd probably be a good thing to do. I'm gonna put another one over here. Oh, I'm telling you, you guys have to make these. Look at the size of this thing. That's my hand. Look at the size of that. They're just gonna be so awesome. All right, and we're gonna put the little one, the littler one in the front. All right, guys, that's what we have today. This is how I make jalapeno poppers. Right back. All right, let's take this little guy right here in front. Oh, beautiful. I'm gonna take a bite of this without anything on it first to see. Now these are going to be, the pepper's still going to be firm in the middle, which is how I like it, okay? Here we go. It's going to be hot too. Oh. Mmm. So good. Try a little of that hot honey. These are so good. Definitely a football snack. Taste the bacon, the cheddar cheese, obviously the Philadelphia cream cheese. It makes it nice and creamy. A little bit of bite to the pepper in there, soft a little bit, but a little bit with a bite. The this new 4C breadcrumbs, amazing. I love it. I'm going to be using that again. You're going to see that in more recipes coming up. All right. That's it, guys. We urge you guys to make these because these are super good. All right. You guys like what I did here today, go ahead and put a thumbs up. Click that notification bell. Share it with your friends. You know, all that good stuff. Hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have more subscribers. And this, on a football day, football afternoon, is what you need. All right, this is how I make, what are we going to call these? Bacon and cheddar, cream cheese, spicy jalapeno poppers with some hot honey sauce over here. All right, that's it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Leave a comment. We always get back to everybody, and we're going to leave you just like we do every other time. It's a crazy world out there. Everybody take care of yourself. Be safe.